Bit of a different topic for you guys today. I wanted to talk about sexual energy and how bad energy can attach itself to you and completely screw up your life if you're not careful. So I've got this friend I've known since elementary school. Real cool dude. But man, I can't explain how unlucky this guy has been in life. At one point, it was almost comical. He'd be the guy whose car breaks down in the middle of nowhere, or the one who slips on ice and breaks a bone. Not because he's clumsy or anything, he just always seemed to be in something. Emergency rooms, job losses, bad timing, you name it. And for the longest time, I couldn't put my finger on why he had such bad luck until I had a conversation with my karate instructor. Now, believe it or not, my sensei was this older Hindu guy from India, deeply spiritual, super balanced, but not soft. One of those calm, quiet men you just know not to mess with. We'd have random deep convos between training intervals, and one day, the topic of sexual energy came up. Before that, I'd been telling him about my friend and how nothing ever seemed to go right for him. My sensei said something that stuck with me. He looked at me and said simply, "Life is luck," and I kinda laughed it off at the time, probably looked confused. But then he broke it down. He started talking about the practice of abstinence, conserving sexual energy, and being selective about who you share yourself with. And even though he'd never met my friend, within 10 minutes of asking me some basic questions, it felt like he read his whole life from top to bottom. He asked me about his dating life, his sex life, and I was honest. Told him my boy had no problem getting girls, but they were always the wrong ones. Emotionally chaotic, no real values. He wasn't choosing them for depth. He was choosing them because they were easy. That's when my sensei introduced me to this word, ojas. Hope I'm saying that right. I'd never heard of the term before, and if you can't tell, I was the furthest thing from spiritual back then. He told me ojas is a kind of spiritual energy, your vitality, your essence, and when you give that away carelessly, it can drain you. Sleeping with low-quality, promiscuous women, he said, isn't just a physical thing. You absorb their energy. And not just their energy, but the energy of all the men they've been with. It's like spiritual secondhand smoke. So if she's carrying unresolved trauma, bitterness, toxicity, and she doesn't care who she shares that energy with, that stuff gets passed to you. And over time, it can manifest in your life as bad luck, confusion, depression, chaos. Bro, when he said that, I was stunned because it explained everything about my friend. He wasn't cursed, he was just spiritually contaminated. And it's not about being spiritual in the incense, burning, crystal waving way. It's just energy, vibes, intentions. You lay with someone who's broken, bitter, reckless, you invite that into your own system. My sensei then told me a man should only share his seed with a woman he loves and who loves him back. Because when you give her your energy, she returns it through love, support, femininity, nurturing, even through how she shows up for you sexually. But when you sleep with a woman who doesn't care about you, who's been with everyone and carries no sense of sacredness, it's like sharing a house with a thief. Eventually, she'll rob you blind emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. Obviously, me and my sensei were having a man-to-man conversation, so I don't mean to alienate any woman that may be watching. Please understand that this can work both ways, and as a woman, you should be even more careful to who you invite into your space. Now listen, I'm not even a super spiritual dude like that, but what my instructor said, that one hit. I felt this urge to go and talk to my friend about it because honestly, I felt like I could help save him. And that conversation we had, bro, it was deep. We talked for hours. Real tears were shed. It was raw, it was honest, and it was needed. Fast forward 8 years, and I'm proud to say that my friend is now in a healthy relationship with an amazing woman. He's a father of 2 beautiful kids. And recently, he proposed to her. Full circle moment. Now, I'm not saying I fixed him. He had to do his own inner work, but I gave him the torch and he chose to climb out of the grave he'd been lying in. Like Beatrix Kiddo in Kill Bill when Bud buried her alive, but left her a flashlight so she could dig her way out. I wasn't the one who buried him, of course, but I did hand him the flashlight. Anyway, a different kind of topic today. If you took something from it, drop a like. Subscribe if you're new. This channel is for real conversations like this, stuff men need to hear. I'm Huey and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.